Take your time though, whatever you need to do.
Like always on my phone.
Oh my goodness. Well, good morning and welcome back to Coffee with Todd Linda.
Good morning.
Are you awake yet, Linda?
I'm still waking up. I
Yeah.
know. I've actually been up for quite some time, but
This is only her second cup of coffee. So she's still kind of working things through, right? Am I right?
yes, I am. I'm very slow to process things this morning, and that's okay.
Which is interesting because of the two of us, you're really more of the morning person traditionally than
I know,
ever
and
have been.
I did sleep in today, and you actually woke up really early. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm. Well, I didn't really have a choice because Kobe had to go to the bathroom, so I had to get up, and one of us had to do it.
I did offer, but he said he was going to get up, so I let him.
I drew the short straw. So how are you doing this morning, Mrs. Mitchell?
You know what? I'm doing really good. I'm pretty excited about this weekend coming up, the celebration. Well, actually today at sunset starts the Passover, and it runs through April 13th. And so I was just thinking about that this morning and just really trying to process everything. And it's pretty deep.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very deep.
Yeah.
So what are all of your plans for the weekend? I can't hear you. No, just kidding. Linda,
Okay.
what are our plans?
All right. Well, we have several plans. Because we have a blended family, so we're going to have a couple of different Easter celebrations on Saturday and then again on Sunday. And but really quick, I got to show you this.
Oh,
Okay. I don't know how many of you are a Peeps fan. I personally...
you have it upside down.
Oh, do I? Oh. I personally am not a Peeps fan. But Mr. Mitchell here absolutely loves these things. And I just don't get it because every time I bite into one, all I can taste is pure sugar. It's like, grosses me out. But I
So
know
what's
there's a
wrong
lot
with
of
that?
fans.
You like sugar everywhere else. Why
I
not
do, but
pure
not
sugar?
in these. This is weird. And I love marshmallows, but it's weird. But I know there's fans for this. My favorite
How many
Easter-
are left in there, by the way?
Only one
Yeah.
little chickie. But my favorite Easter candy is the malt balls. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, see, I
absolutely
could
love
definitely
those.
take those or live them.
But anyway, oh, and the chocolate marshmallows.
Eggs.
Eggs.
Yes, chocolate
Yes,
marshmallows.
they come in
so
like
you
an
like
egg
marshmallows? Wait, so let's unpack this. You like marshmallows covered with chocolate,
Yeah.
but you don't like marshmallows covered with sugar.
Sugar. Correct.
Even though chocolate is made
well,
with
the
sugar.
chocolate already has the sugar in it. And
So it's maybe it's the texture you don't like.
Maybe it's the texture, maybe it's the additional flavor of the chocolate with the marshmallow. But I love getting those egg cartons with those chocolate marshmallow covered eggs. That's like...
So she hassles me every year about Peeps. It's always like a thing, like,
I want to know who likes these things. Who's like on board with him with these things?
they're good. What can I say? All right, so what else? You were telling us what we were going to do this weekend because you're the event planner
Yes.
of the
Well,
two
we
of us.
actually
No
have-
one calls me to make plans.
Well,
for
we
anything.
actually have a couple of things planned beginning on Friday. Friday morning, we're going to do a small little study here on John chapter 18, the event prior to Jesus being arrested. And then that afternoon, I have the weekend really packed for us, Todd.
Yeah.
Then
So I guess
that
if anyone wants to come, is that open?
yeah, you're
for...
very open to come and join us. And then in the afternoon, we're taking two of the grandkids out for the day, just for a few hours to go spend some time with them. And then on Saturday, we're having our Easter celebration with my children and grandchildren. And then on Sunday,
Where at?
we're going to Westwoods.
Yes, which
We made a reservation for Westwoods. So
I'm
we're-
looking forward to that one because it's not at our house. There's going to be no meal prep. There's going to be no cleanup.
Well,
there's going to be no cleaning the house, getting ready for.
And that was the whole appeal of going somewhere to celebrate, so that nobody had to do any cooking and things like that. And so, and then on Sunday we're going out to the well with Luke and Dasha, and gonna enjoy service there, and then we will go back.
And everyone, by the way, too, not just Luke and Dasha.
Oh yes,
but, like,
the whole family, and then we're gonna go to Luke's and Dasha's apartment after that, and we are going to celebrate Easter there. And so, yeah, we
gonna be
have
packed
a packed day, and then Monday we're leaving town.
Plus,
so.
we also have Haley coming to stay with us.
Yes, Haley's coming from San Diego, and I'm not sure if she's arriving Thursday night or Friday. So she'll.
But we're not leaving Monday because you changed those
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
That's the following
Yes, we
week.
were going to be leaving Monday.
Yeah.
So we're not leaving Monday. We will be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, but that's what we've got going on. It's going to be a busy weekend. Pretty excited about it, and can't wait. And just very thankful that Jesus sacrificed for us. So
Yes, absolutely. Yep. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Maybe I have a little bit more time on my hands since we're working from home. I don't know, but do Instagram or Facebook ads work on you?
yes, I've actually bought several things from ads that keep popping up over and over. And so, for example, they kept doing these ads for The Ordinary, which is these face serums that work really well. And I went and purchased those. And I guess the ads worked very well for many because one of them was out of stock and I had to wait for that one. But I know you recently made a purchase.
They never used to work on me. I mean, just shopping in general is not, really my thing too much. But man, lately they seem to have.
Well, you just made a purchase.
Yes, I did. So it's these pants right here, these Western Rise pants. Do you like them?
They look very nice. They have a good fit. They look very comfortable. And they look like they can be dressy or casual.
Which is what I liked. I'm trying to just get out of the habit of wearing jeans all the time. So these popped up and it looked like it's something that bridged the gap,
Yeah.
It's also more of a fitted look. So I'm like, okay, they look really good on the guy in the ad. But sometimes it's like the Seinfeld episode, where everything, looks good in the dressing room, even though I didn't get to try it on, but you get home and it doesn't look good. So
well, and there's also, so I also recently made a clothing purchase from one of those ads. So you have to be careful because some of these clothing purchases, I wanted to make a return, and there's no way you can make a return. And so they tell you to go here and you go there and there's nothing. So you just got to be careful and just know what you're spending. So I have some items if anyone's interested.
So that kind of brings you up to speed with what we're doing. It's been another active news week, if you would say, since we came a week ago Wednesday.
Yeah, a few things have happened. Number one, the new Calhoffa Dream loan it's taken off. I've been seeing a lot of lenders already getting their client into contract and being able to utilize some of the funds, so that's great news.
We talked about this briefly last week, but in between last Wednesday and today, this Wednesday, which is April the 5th, right?
Right.
I think we've got 2 or 3 clients now that are looking to possibly utilize this. And so they will provide up to 20% down, just kind of in a nutshell, for those that qualify. And the qualifications are actually fairly loose.
I think the qualifications are pretty much the same as FHA or conventional. So I don't think they're very different.
Well, I mean, in terms of income requirements.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're pretty much the same. They haven't changed a whole lot. So, if
but
you
can't
qualified,
make like over, is it $150,000 a year?
$159,000 if you're a single person. But most people wanting to use that plan,
They're going to fit well within that.
are not going to be just a single person. They're going to have a family. So the income level rises when you have more than one.
It's still going to accompany most people in Fresno, I would think.
Yeah, Fresno in the Central Valley. And so, and with that, so here's the other thing, because I have a couple of buyers that are in that perimeter, but we just can't seem to find homes for them. Our inventory is still very low. And, Todd pulled some statistics, and the
There they are right
dollar
here.
amount,
Let me grab them.
the dollar amount of the home between this year and last year has only gone down $5,000. That's less than 1.5%.
It's changed. It's changed very little. I mean, what we're seeing is a really big disconnect from not only buyers but sellers too, in terms of what's happening with the market. A lot of buyers are really thinking, we're going to get in there and we're going to steal this property and we're not going to offer full price. But the thing is, that's not what we're experiencing out there.
It's not working
in the field. I mean, these people they're still on.
It depends on the price
house.
point of the house.
Yeah,
So,
and the house itself, because a nice house, which is hard to come by, that's been prepared properly by the seller, that resonates strongly with the market, it's still going with multiple offers and at list price or sometimes over.
Right.
Am I right?
Yes, because I just had a unit I wanted to go show my client, and I called the agent to schedule. He already had multiple offers, and he was presenting that evening. And so we didn't have time between my buyer's schedule to get out there and see it, to put our offer in the basket to be considered. So we kind of had to pass on that one, which was unfortunate.
Now, what's changed? Okay, because there's a lot of inconsistencies with this weird market. What's changed is days on market. So we are for Fresno, Clovis, and this is for February because it's always 1 month back. So we won't actually have the March numbers until around mid-April.
April
Or so. But for February,
I don't know why technology works so fast for everything else.
Well, they got to compile all the statistics, and days on market went from 12 days this time last year, to now 43 days. That is a 258% increase.
Yes, yes, I hear what you're saying, and I know
This is not what I'm saying. This is what
and I
the
know that's a
Association of Realtors
statistic.
is saying.
I know that's a statistic. But I have to tell you, everything that I've seen out there that we've offered on has gone in less than 7 days.
I mean, the house we just listed last Thursday, it's in contract.
It went pending in how many days?
4
days.
4
and that
days?
was at over 600.
But we also worked carefully with that seller. They did a full interior paint. They made repairs. They replaced carpet. We replaced some chips tiles.
They were open to our suggestions.
They planted flowers. They did everything that we asked them to do.
Yeah.
And we also marketed the heck out of the house. But anyways, another thing too is supply. Supply, this is going to sound weird. Supply has actually increased 50%. Okay, so inventory. Last year we were at 1 month of inventory. And they say a healthy market is what, Linda? 4 to 6?
Okay. 4 to 6 months.
We are now at 1.5 months, which is still
Which is weird
nothing.
that it's increased
nothing.
because there's really nothing out there. And the houses, hey, I saw a listing, and this property had been on the market for over 7,000 days. I couldn't even calculate how many years that is.
That's tenacity right there.
Right?
Jeez, they just don't give up. They've adjusted the price, what, $100?
Probably, I don't know. But over 7,000 days. I've never seen that, but it's out there.
Okay, let's talk about other things, Linda. So, in the news.
All right.
Right? I think the biggest thing that you all have probably heard is the BRICS Nations.
Now, for people that don't know, what is BRICS?
Oh, goodness. So, there's actually more. So, it's nations that have come together. So, Brazil, Russia, India, China,
Iran.
Yeah,
They
I'm
just
trying
joined.
to BRICS. South
Argentina.
Is that South? Yes.
South.
Is that South Africa? Or,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
forgetting right now. I'm sorry, but
like Kenya.
yes. But now many more have joined in, and the BRICS nations.
Which that group is growing, like Todd
Yes.
said. There were 5 that just added to it.
They have gotten together, and they're working on forming basically a new world reserve currency, or they're working towards that goal.
Well, yes and yes, but what they're doing right now is they've all come together and they've come in agreement to no longer use the U.S. dollar as the currency of trade,
Which is the world reserve currency.
So what they're doing is they're saying, hey, we're not going to use the U.S. dollar anymore as our currency. You pay me in yuan or in rubles or your own country's currency, and that's how we're going to do business. And so they're taking the U.S. dollar out of it.
Yeah, and this is, no matter how you look at it, in my opinion, this is bad news for the dollar. If you look at the kind of history of world reserve currencies, they're usually about 95 years. We've been a world reserve currency for over 100 years now. And so it's kind of the same thing, I think, plays out with each country that has that status. They end up, because it gives them luxuries that other countries don't have, and they end up printing a lot of money, spending a lot of money, a lot of inflation, like the money isn't worth what it used to be.
Right.
It starts making the world's economy unstable, and then the world gets tired of it, and they say enough, and they do something different.
Well, and all this began, if you go back to the beginning of what caused this, it was when this whole Russia-Ukraine war began. The United States decided that, you know what, Russia, we don't like what you're doing to our ally, and so, you know what, we're no longer going to take the ruble. And so
and we're going to put sanctions on you.
We're going to put sanctions. We're not going to use it. And they wanted to crash their economy. And I think they went down for like a week or two.
Initially it worked, but the thing, Russia holds a lot of power because they have so many natural resources with natural gas, with petroleum.
That other countries rely on, as well as the United States. I mean, our fertilizers come from there.
From Ukraine.
From Ukraine. So that's what kind of started this whole ball rolling. And now it's kind of like a snowball effect. It's kind of like if I have a product and I've got everybody using my product, and then all of a sudden somebody says...
What product would that be?
I don't know.
If you had one.
I don't know. If I had a product, what would it be?
Peeps. You going to make Peeps?
No.
Go ahead. I didn't mean to derail you.
Yeah, sure you did. If I had a product and I had everyone using it, and then all of a sudden I had a dispute with one of my users, and they said, you know what, forget it. I'm gonna do my own, and I don't need you anymore. And then they called, the next person and said, hey, I'm not using Linda anymore. Oh, really? How come? Okay, well, yeah, I can do my own. And then all of a sudden, everybody leaves. What happens to your business?
So that's what they're doing with the dollar right now.
That's what they're doing with the dollar.
In essence, they're like, we're tired of the dollar.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know that they're so much tired of the dollar. I think they're tired of the U.S.
United States, yeah, I know.
And so anyway, that, we like to all have great news, but right now there's a lot of not great news. But
okay, tell me also, so what happened with OPEC?
Oh, so the Saudis and China met about a week and a half ago. It was all over the news. All over some social media. I don't think they showed it on the news, but
Probably
anyway, they met. China and Saudi Arabia had a meeting, and China purchased like a large amount of, I don't know if it was oil from Saudi, and in return, Saudi agreed to make a deal with them that they would also not use the US dollar for purchase anymore. And they also just agreed to cut production by how many?
Is it a million?
A million.
Yeah, 1 million barrels a day through the end of 2023. So what does that mean for all of us?
Gas prices. Because guess what? We no longer have our own pipeline.
Gas prices are going up. They will be as we get into these late spring and summer months.
It always goes up in the summer anyway.
I was going to say
because of vacation time.
Plus our good politicians in the state of California say, hey, we need to go to that summer blend. And that summer blend is a lot more expensive. Yeah. So naturally gas price goes up anyways in the summer. And also, like you said, the demand goes up higher because people are driving more. So gas goes up.
So here's what can we do? What can people like you and I do? I'm going to give you some tips. Stop the shopping.
What?
That's for me.
What if a good Facebook or Instagram ad comes over?
Stop shopping for things that you really don't need. And my son and daughter-in-law have this great rule. Every time that they want to go buy like another pair of pants or something, they have to give away something in their closet.
And we've really done that. We've done that for years.
Yeah. So it's like a replacement. So you don't just bring something home to add it. You have to get rid of something. And so don't spend unnecessarily. Number 2.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Make sure that you plan for your food. Plan, to have, canned things that sit so that when things get really rough, you've got your food there and you're not going out and spending $5 for that can of corn that you could have bought today for $1. And so just things like that. Just
full of advice.
Just plan ahead and
hey, you yourself mentioned it 2 or 3 weeks ago to have some extra cash on hand if you can. I mean, it's just common sense to have food on hand. They say the average family has less than 3 days of food on hand in their house. So it just makes sense, in my opinion, to have more than that, even if it's only 4 days. But, buy non-perishables, things that will last, things that...
Buy the hurricane food that they get back east. You know what hurricane food is? There's 2 items that I know about. What are they? Do you know?
Top ramen?
No.
Beans, rice?
It's Spam and Pop-Tarts.
Okay, okay, maybe the Pop-Tarts, but not the Spam.
It's protein.
Okay, you're on your own there. I guess if I'm starving, I'll eat Spam.
Because for people that are that get hit by hurricanes, you need to be able. You're not going to have power, so you need something you can just open up and eat.
You know what else doesn't go bad, like ever?
What?
Other than a McDonald's cheeseburger, a Twinkie and Pop-Tarts. I don't think they ever go bad. Like,
oh my gosh!
You could put a Twinkie outside, like on our deck.
I guess when we have nothing else to eat, we're not really going to care about all the preservatives and chemicals that are loaded in that food.
The bugs won't eat it. That's a sign. Like if you put a Twinkie out there and the bugs won't eat it, maybe it's not good for
you know what? I think I'm going to do that experiment. And I'll post it.
Twinkies are so good. I mean, we never have them, but I haven't really had a Twinkie. I can't remember. It's been years and years.
I've never liked Twinkies, so you're not.
What about the cupcake?
No.
Hostess cupcake?
Mine are
Suzy Q?
No. Mine are the snowballs and the ho-hos. Those are my 2 favorites.
You said ho-ho.
They are ho-hos.
I know.
Okay.
I like the powdered sugar donuts.
Yes, you do.
I was really bummed when Hostess...
And I bring them home for him all the time.
Yes, she does. Yes, she's a really bad influence on me. She's trying to fatten me up. All right, tell me, before we go, tell us about the interest rates for Mortgage News Daily. What are we trending at?
Okay, daily, we have the 30-year fixed is at 6.16, and that went down 0.21%, which is nice. The 15-year fixed is at 5.75. The 30-year FHA is 5.75, and the 30-year FHA is 5.85.
That sounds better.
Yeah. It's you know what it sounds? It sounds stable.
Yes, for 9 rate increases inside of a year by the Fed. Not bad. Historically, that is extremely low.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I know everyone likes the 2 to the 3 where we were at. Everyone likes that. And yes, we all like it. I like it. But here's the deal. If you knew then that by keeping it that low for as long as they did, that we would be here today, what would you have chosen?
Yeah. Healthy interest rates are good for everyone as much as we don't like, because we like to pay less, but a healthy interest rate also means we make more with investments, with treasury bonds, with savings accounts, things like that. So anyways, we thank you for listening to our ranting and raving and our banter.
Yes, because we do a lot.
We hope that you have a really good Resurrection Sunday this weekend.
And let us know what your plans are for Resurrection Sunday. And as I mentioned early on, if you'd like to join us on Friday morning, we'll be here at 10 o'clock. Just call me, inbox me.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Thanks for joining us this week on the Coffee and Common Sense podcast with Todd and Linda. We hope you had a good time and look forward to seeing you all next week.